Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, right now it's a lot going on in the sports world and just entertainment news as a whole. Now you have Shannon Sharpe, who just recently got fired from ESPN, and then right after that we will hear that Gilbert Arenas and 5 other defendants were arrested today on a federal indictment alleging that they operated an illegal gambling business in which high-stakes poker games were played at an Encino mansion Arenas allegedly owned. Then on top of that, one of the 5 other defendants included a suspected high-level member of an Israeli transnational organized crime group. Now I think a lot of people are focusing on that because everybody's wondering why and how is Gilbert Arenas around this Israeli crime group member, and what are they doing with each other exactly? Other than just illegal gambling, what else could they be doing that's illegal, right? But of course, everybody's going to take this time to clown Gilbert Arenas because that's what he does, especially when it comes to his podcast. And as y'all know, when somebody's that outspoken and loud and always talking about other people's downfall, when it's their turn, everybody's going to be the same exact way. Now with that being said, let's get into the exact details and all the charges that he's being hit with for allegedly running an illegal gambling ring. Now according to the federal documents and articles stated by justice.gov, they would say, quote, former NBA star Gilbert Arenas and 5 other defendants, including a suspected high-level member of an Israeli transnational organized crime group, were arrested today on a federal indictment alleging they operated an illegal gambling business in which high-stakes poker games were played at an Encino mansion Arenas owned. Arenas 43, aka Agent Zero of Woodland Hills, is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, and 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. Sheesh. He is scheduled to make his initial appearance and be arraigned this afternoon in United States District Court in downtown Los Angeles. According to the indictment returned on July 15th and unsealed today, from September 2021 to July 2022, Gershom, Arenas, and the other defendants operated an illegal gambling business. Arenas rented out an Encino mansion he owned for the purpose of hosting high-stakes illegal poker games. At Arenas' direction, Arthur Katz, 51 of West Hollywood, staged the mansion to host the games, found co-conspirators to host the games, and collected rent from the co-conspirators on Arenas' behalf. Gershom, Torvisky, Austria, and Cohen managed illegal pot limit Omaha poker games, amongst other illegal games at the Encino mansion, collected a rake, a fee the house charged from each pot either as a percentage or a fixed amount per hand, and invited players to compete. Gershom hired young women who, in exchange for tips, served drinks, provided massages, and offered companionship to the poker players. The women were charged a tax, a percentage of their earnings from working the games. Chefs, valets, and armed security guards also were hired to staff these illegal poker games. Creation worked as a chip runner in which he tracked players, wins and losses, distribute poker chips to players, and pay employees. Gershom, an Israeli citizen, also is charged along with Valentina Kojakari, 35 of Woodland Hills, with 3 additional counts: conspiracy to commit marriage fraud, and making a false statement on an immigration document. In early 2022, Gershom conspired with Kojakari to enter into a sham marriage for the purposes of obtaining permanent legal status in the United States, and lied to immigration authorities to procure legal status for Gershom, who provided financial support to Kojakari in exchange for her participation in the sham marriage. Both Gershman and Kojakari submitted false information on their U.S. immigration forms, including Gershman's answers of no as to whether he had ever been detained by any law enforcement official, and as to whether he intended to engage in illegal gambling or any other form of commercialized vice. Coach Akari also was arrested today and is scheduled to make her initial appearance and be arraigned this afternoon in United States District Court in Los Angeles. Now, of course, Gilbert Arenas is the bad guy, so everybody's laughing, everybody's making jokes, everybody can't wait to see his downfall, and I understand it because he does it to others. However, y'all gotta be very careful at who y'all chose to laugh at, because the same way they can come for them for something like this, they can come for y'all. You know how much times I've seen on Instagram guys holding games where it's private or they say it's invite only, and they have these same styled games. If you ask me, to be honest with you, this was just a smart idea. Nobody was hurt, nobody was forced against their will, nobody was paid to do something they didn't want to do, or nobody was forced. So at the end of the day, it just sounded like something that was a well-organized thing that people indulged in and they involved themselves in without being hurt, without being coerced, or nothing. To be honest with you, this don't sound like anything outside of a game night that a lot of people have during the weekends or when you just want to have fun with each other. And if I had to guess, it seemed like maybe they was watching Gershman and seeing what he was doing with the whole illegal marriage status thing, and as they was investigating him, they realized that he was probably in cahoots with Gilbert Arenas and what they were doing, and decided just to put everything all into one. Because it seemed like he was the one that committed a full-blown crime rather than just somebody gambling illegally at a house that they rented themselves. And this is one of the things where I always tell y'all, it's like they can do it, but we can't. What makes this illegal? Right? You go to Vegas, you go anywhere you want, and you could gamble and do exactly whatever they were doing at that house, somewhere commercialized. But it just seemed like whenever they don't got their hands in it or they can't tax you, that's the part that makes it illegal. It's like brothels. There's a bunch of legal brothels, whether it's in Vegas or other red light districts, to where you can actually pay for women. But when you go to a whole nother side of the world, it's punishable by law where you could get a lot of time for paying to have women or pimp them out, where they legally have brothels where they're doing the same thing. So it becomes a point to where you ask yourself, is it really illegal? Do y'all really care? Or do you only care because you're not making money on it, right? And I always tell y'all, be very careful of the law, because just like you can fly a woman out and you think nothing of it, but technically they call that SEX trafficking once she go across state lines with the intentions of having intercourse with a man. So the whole time you think you just having a good time, you thinking you ain't doing nothing wrong. But technically, if they really wanted to get you, if you really was like a bug or something on their radar, they could use that against you just to arrest you. Crazy. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. How do y'all feel about these charges that was brought against Gilbert Arenas? To be honest with you, it's not nothing crazy. I know people probably wanted more out of it. I doubt he'll do that much time, or if he even does. 9 times out of 10, they're going to exhaust his bank accounts. He's going to probably have to pay a lot of money. He's probably going to have to forfeit whatever they feel he made, whatever possessions they feel he gained from it. I'm not sure. It don't seem too serious, but to be honest with you, a lot of people are wondering why the hell or how the hell was he with this Israeli crime figure? Who knows? Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.